Thank you for this opportunity. All of your presentations were interesting for me. And next, I'll try. And my name is Haruka. I'm from Japan. I'm learning English now, so I may make mistakes, but I'll try. And sorry, I haven't. I'll move on introduction. And many students in Japan says, I have no dream. What should I study for? They get stressed, and finally they say, it cannot be helped. That's life. And I am one of them. Let me introduce myself a little. I'm 19 years old. I'm belonging to a university in Kobe. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching Japanese to high school and junior school students at a private tutoring school. So I'm interested in education. I joined this event today because some of my students said, I don't want to study because I cannot find what to do in the future. I wanted to give them some advice, but I couldn't. I want to find my answer in this event. While I researched for this presentation, I realized a tip to solve this. What I realized is that we can get out of it can be helped if we compare education between Japan and other countries. For example, in Australia, they are accustomed to praise children if they are skillful at something, such as singing, writing, getting high score, and any others. So children in Australia have many opportunities to think of their strong point and what to do in the future. On the other hand, Japan has a stereotype that no weakness is the best. So we tend to concentrate on our weakness. And for example, if we are good at science and not good at English, we will try to study English too much and get stressed. As a result, we have less opportunity to think of our strong points. I thought this is one of the reasons of, no dream, isn't it? And from these suggestions, I think comparisons between Japan and other countries may have a power to find causes of the issue in Japan. So today I want to focus on this aspect with you. To share you the situation in Japan, I'll check 3 points. Features of class curriculum. First one is features of class curriculum. Second, obstacle gender stereotype. And third, fear for failure. First topic is features of class curriculum. Up to junior high school, Japan has the same test for everyone. So Japan are not thoughtful. So Japan are not thoughtful for the difference in children's personality and ability very much. Also, Japan has rushed course and they tend to focus on studying than learning. About this feature, there are both advantages and disadvantages. As an advantage, Japanese students touch a lot of knowledge, whether they can understand those or not. As a disadvantage, there is no safety net who dislike studying, and they cause the achievement gap. And third, the goal of class curriculum in Japan is getting high score to pass the entrance exam for the university. This can also be a cause of little opportunity to think of future paths. Let's move on next topic. In Japan, there is strong gender stereotype for women. This is created by in this investigation in 2020. What do you think is this ranking? This is about Gender gap index. As you see, Japan has big stereotype, and this affects education. This is a survey for 17 years old students in which was conducted in 2018. When Japanese students were asked, "What faculty do you want to belong to?" Little girls chose science faculty. I read a thesis, and it is said that girls come to dislike science and mathematics because if they are good at science, they are sometimes said as sarcasms, like you are good at science, although you are a girl. And they become reluctant to study science. As a result, many girls do not choose science jobs. I'll move on to the last topic. This is the result of a survey about confidence for 17 years old students. Japan's rate is the lowest. And when they are asked, do you think the future of your country will be better? Only 99.6% students answered yes. I will share you an example of little confidence. As I said first, I am working at private tutoring school, and one of my students are getting stressed. He has a dream, so he's perfect. And he likes clothing, and he wants to work at Zara company. However, this big company needs college-educated students, although he is not good at getting high score at test. So he said he will give up with the line, "It cannot be held." And why is this situation caused? Why does he has to give up his dream? I think one of the reasons is that Japanese people are afraid of failure. Japanese companies don't want to employ people who are not good at jobs. On the other hand, students need stability for their employment to live. So both of them don't want to fail. This is a cause of this situation, I think. So I want to ask you all, is it a bad thing to fail? How can we change this situation? This is the end of this presentation.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Takegoshi. Sorry, I put your name wrong. Sorry. So I really understand what you were talking, because now I live in Japan, so the stereotype of Japanese, cannot change the word, like what we want to be. So I want your opinions from the other countries. So it is a bad thing to have failure. Oh, okay, Miss Ring.
Yeah, thank you for presentation, Haruka. For your first question, I just want to answer. Yes, it is the bad. Yes, it will be bad thing to get failure. If you are if you are failed, that will be the bad thing. If you stop learning, so actually in our sayings, failure is is equal to continuity. If you stop learning the things, that will be really a bad thing. But if we just go to find out what was the lack, also what was the lacking behind it, so that will definitely a good thing, to just move towards the success. And yes, that is all.
Thank you.
Yes, we in a simple language. I want to say that, like, if a person fails again and again, and stop his continuity, just moving towards ahead towards the success, so that will be the bad thing. But if the person go through and just work on that, so that will be the better way. So definitely, failure is not a bad thing if until or unless we are not working on it, and we just stop to work on it. We can just take the example of Thomas Alva Edison. He just tried more than 1,000 times, and after that, he just invented the bulb, that which all countries are just using the power of that bulb. So, yes, that is the thing I want to say.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chiring. So, Ms. Angelica, you want to tell something?
Thank you. I think your question with what can we do about that? So I think that so there is the individual, the school, and the company. So it is not just the individual, the students, or the school that needs to change their mindset, but also these companies, because these students apply to these companies, and the companies, their system is, I will only get those who have high grades. But if we change the mindset of these companies, so if we try to influence these companies to think that it is not only the grades that matter, but also the performance or the other abilities as well, it can provide opportunities for those children who are not good in their grades, but in other aspects as well. So the change in the mindset shouldn't be only for the school and the individual or the students, but also to the company. So those three should, all of those three should change so that we can develop a new system of working and applying for a job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Angelica. So anyone else who has the idea for changing life? How about from the Japan side? Okay, Mr. Tajika.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. I also surprised at your student in Kobe.
Oh, yes.
I live in Kobe.
Oh.
Yeah. And anyway, as a Japanese, I agree on many points you made. And yes, and I think that Japanese people tend to focus on negative aspects of things, and then rather than positive aspects of things. And I think that those who succeeded in certain area must have had mistakes, I think. Yeah, and so it is important for us to praise those who speak up or those who start talking, whether it is wrong or right. Yeah, and in the side of teacher, we can do such a thing, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tajika. So anyone else? Okay. Oh, Angelica. Okay.
I would just like to share, in the Philippines we have this mindset, or we have the culture, whenever someone fails, most students, we say this thing, we say go lang nang go. So it means let's just do it, let's just continue doing it. So I think with that kind of mindset, it makes people realize that it's okay to make mistakes. We just have to keep going. So in the Philippines, we have that mindset, go lang nang go. And I think it is good to apply this when we are teaching our kids, or the future children as well.
Okay, thank you. So just trying another and keep going like this. That's nice Tagalog. Okay, so maybe we need to finish. It's time. The time has come. Okay, so Ms. Takegoshi, thank you for your presentation.